let's talk about something we all have, but maybe don't always think about how to make better: friendship. We're going to look at it not as something that just happens to you, but as something you can actually build, piece by piece, like an architect. So I want you to think about your best friends for a second. What's the secret sauce there? Is it just that you've known each other forever, or you like the same movies? Or is there something deeper? Some kind of invisible structure that's holding it all together when things get tough? Well, here's the big idea for today. The strongest, most meaningful friendships, they aren't just luck. They don't just happen. They're actually the result of putting in some real work and using some specific skills. It's a structure that you can actively design and build. So what does that blueprint actually look like? Let's get into it. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to break down 5 key pillars that hold up a great friendship: listening without trying to fix things, showing up consistently, being honest but kind, celebrating their wins, and, super important, respecting boundaries. Let's start with the absolute foundation. Our very first pillar is all about listening. But, and this is a huge but, it's about listening without that knee-jerk reaction to jump in and solve the problem. It's really about just creating a space where your friend can be heard. And this quote just nails it. Think about the last time you were really going through something. Did you want someone to give you a 5-step action plan? Or did you just want someone to sit there with you? 9 times out of 10, what we really crave is presence, not solutions. It's just showing that you are right there with them in that moment. So how do we actually do this? It's simpler than it sounds. First, and this is non-negotiable, put your phone away. Give them your full attention. Second, just reflect back what you're hearing. Something as simple as, "Wow, that sounds so frustrating," can be unbelievably powerful. And third, instead of offering advice, just ask gentle questions that help them explore how they're feeling. And that's the magic, right there. Making someone feel truly seen and understood, that's often way more healing than any advice you could ever give. It's the difference between saying, "I'm here to fix this for you," and "I'm here with you." All right, let's move on to our second pillar. This one is all about showing up consistently. Because if being present is the goal, consistency is how you do it over the long haul. It's how you build the actual framework of trust. Now, when we say consistency, I don't mean the big, flashy movie moment gestures. Real friendship isn't about dropping everything and flying across the country, though that's nice. It's about the small, kind of boring, everyday acts of just being reliable day in and day out. And you can see how it builds. It starts with just a quick, "Hey, thinking of you" text. Then you remember they have a big meeting and you wish them luck. Then you make plans and you actually show up when you said you would. Each one of those is like a little brick, and over time, you build this solid wall of trust. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. When your friends know deep down that they can count on you, not just for the huge emergencies, but for the little things, it creates this incredible feeling of safety. And that safety is what allows a friendship to get really deep. Okay, on to pillar number 3. So once you've built all that trust, you've earned the ability to do something really tricky: be honest. But, and this is key, you have to do it with kindness. This isn't about brutal honesty. It's about what we could call constructive care. This just shows the difference so perfectly. On one side, you have criticism. Things like, "You're wrong," or "Why would you do that?" That just puts up a wall, right? But look at the other side. It starts with empathy. When you say, "I feel," or "I'm concerned because," you're not attacking, you're opening a door to a conversation. So what's the playbook for getting this right? 3 simple steps. First, pick your moment. Do it in private when you're both calm. Second, like we just saw, use those I statements. It's about your perspective, not their flaws. And third, you have to balance the honesty with reassurance. Remind them, "I'm telling you this because I care about you." Because that's the whole point, isn't it? The goal of being honest with a friend isn't to be right or to win an argument. The goal is to help them see something they might be missing and to help them grow. All right, let's flip the script for pillar number 4. This is the fun part. It's the flip side of getting through the tough stuff. It's about celebrating the good times. It's about being your friend's biggest cheerleader, not their secret competitor. We all get that it's important to be there for a friend when they're struggling. But check this out. Being able to be genuinely, truly happy for them when they succeed is just as important for a strong friendship. And this is about more than a quick congrats text. It means actually saying their accomplishment out loud. It means fighting that little voice in your head that wants to compare their win to your life. And it means getting genuinely excited for them, even for the small stuff.
When you can celebrate your friends' wins with zero reservations, you are sending this incredibly powerful message. We're a team. Your win is my win. And that feeling of partnership, it's absolutely priceless.
And that brings us to our fifth and final pillar. This is the one that really holds all the others together for the long term. It's respecting boundaries. This is all about knowing that even the absolute best friendships need a little room to breathe. I just love this. It completely reframes how we think about boundaries. They aren't walls to keep people out. They're what creates the space for a relationship to actually be healthy and last. It's literally the oxygen for the friendship. So what are the ground rules here? Well, first, try not to take it personally when a friend needs a little space. It's almost never about you. Second, just get in the habit of asking instead of assuming. A simple, hey, is now a good time to talk, can make all the difference. And remember, this goes both ways. You have to get good at communicating your own needs for space too. Think of it this way. Good boundaries are what stop the little annoyances from quietly building up into huge resentments. They are what give a friendship the flexibility and strength it needs to really go the distance. So there you have it, the 5 pillars for building a really meaningful friendship. Listening without fixing, showing up consistently, being honest with kindness, celebrating wins, and respecting boundaries. As we wrap up, the real question isn't just about knowing these things, it's about doing them. So take a second. Which one of these pillars could use a little extra work in your life? Which one are you going to